Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So the Oath Keepers seditious conspiracy trial started today with some last minute drama. 5 members of the Oath Keepers are on trial: Kelly Meggs, Kenneth Harrelson, Jessica Watkins, Thomas Caldwell, and the Oath Keepers founder, Stewart Rhodes. All have pleaded not guilty to numerous crimes with which they're charged, but a few other members had taken plea deals. You guys probably remember they've been cooperating with the feds, and that was the subject of a debate last week. Rhodes and Meggs had requested access to text messages and emails of those Oath Keepers members who had pleaded guilty. This was Joshua James and Brian Ulrich. They wanted to see all of their messages before and after they pleaded guilty, because Rhodes and Meggs believe that the two men would have never agreed to cooperate unless they felt immense pressure. And they thought that they would find evidence on their devices or in their emails of the pressure that they were under in communications, potentially with friends and family members. So the requests were denied. At the same time that took place, jurors were being vetted in the court, and U.S. District Judge Amit Mehta was pretty strict about who he allowed to sit on the jury. He even dismissed jurors who had liked certain political posts on Twitter. He said, some of them were showing bias against Donald Trump. He didn't want even the appearance of any kind of bias. Then over this past weekend, Meg's attorney filed a last-minute motion. He asked for his client to be granted a bench trial instead of a jury trial. This is right before the jury is about to be seated for the upcoming trial. Meg's attorney said that the jurors couldn't possibly be fair and impartial because the majority had expressed negative feelings about January 6th. All 5 of the defendants also over the weekend filed another motion, and they asked for the trial to be moved to Virginia for the same reason. So Judge Mehta denied all of these requests, and he reminded them that out of 12 jurors and 4 alternates that have been chosen, none of them purported to have ever heard of any of these defendants. So the jury was seated today. Opening remarks commenced. The prosecutor detailed each of the defendants' roles in the alleged conspiracy. They just gave a very high-level overview. The prosecutor described Rhodes as a ringleader. They said that he encouraged his members to disobey orders that he believed to be unconstitutional, rather than upholding their oath to defend the Constitution. The prosecutor also gave an overview of how the Oath Keepers plan to attack by land and sea. And he explained that that's why they had a large stash of weapons at a hotel nearby in Virginia. In addition, the prosecutor talked about a man who isn't in this case. He's not one of the defendants in this case, but he is involved and he's related to it. You guys have heard me talk about him before. It's Jeremy Brown. They played a video of Florida Oath Keepers taking part in target practice with numerous weapons. And the prosecutor explained that members of the group received, quote, training on unconventional warfare from Brown. And then the prosecutor told the jury how Brown drove to DC with grenades and how those grenades were also stashed at the Virginia hotel. He then described how 14 Oath Keepers forced their way past officers. They got into the Capitol, and then how other people were cheering for them. They were cheering their name. They were cheering Oath Keepers because, as they said, these were the leaders of the siege. Once inside, the prosecutor said that they split up into 2 groups of 7. Meggs was leading one group. He led them toward the House of Representatives. And then later, Meggs, according to the prosecutor, told other people that he looked for Nancy Pelosi, but he couldn't find her. And Oath Keeper Kenneth Harrelson, who was in Meg's group as well, later admitted that he felt a Capitol officer's body armor to see if it could withstand bullets from a rifle. The prosecutor said Oath Keepers member Jessica Watkins led the second group, and she went towards the Senate. And he said that Watkins was shouting to the crowd to keep pushing. So before the lunch break, he concluded by saying, quote, "It was a clash between an invading army and the police officers trying to save and protect that scared chamber. And that although the police successfully protected the building and its occupants that day, he said that the Oath Keepers, quote, were bragging about what they accomplished because they didn't realize that Congress was going to reconvene to finish the certification of the vote." So I'll keep you guys posted as it goes on. Thanks so much for watching and listening, guys. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.